the grapes, the roots of the grapes.
Here we are with a mozzarella factory. Look where they keep the milk. Right over there, isn't that crazy? That's a lot of fucking milk because they gotta make a lot of fucking mozzarella.
Allora, Frank, the gentleman is the owner. Lui organizza la festa della mozzarella ad Agerola. Street
I want to
food,
go.
street
I want to go to a freaking festival for mozzarella. Don't you?
Street
You
This is a
too. Let's do it. Let's make some mozzarella.
Andiamo.
La preparazione del fior di latte che verrà prodotto stasera per
domani.
No, tutta la nottata, dalle 8 stasera fino alle 6 domani mattina facciamo sempre noi lavoriamo
From 8 o'clock at night until 6 in the morning, they're always making mozzarella. Great.
lavoriamo intorno ai 35.000 litri di latte al giorno.
35.000 litri. 36,000 liters of milk a day. So all the milk comes from Basilicata, another region in
Ho
Italy.
detto il fatto della mucca gerolina, che è un tipo di
La
mucca
mucca gerolese.
gerolese.
Gerolese. So the cows are called Gerolese cows.
È una mucca molto pregiata.
It's a very precious cow that creates this milk for this cheese.
Ed è
What they're doing here is they're making the mozzarella curd, okay? Once you have the curd, then you put the curd into hot water and you work it with the paddle and you create the mozzarella. So they use the lining. There's a special enzyme. I'm not going to get into the technical stuff. There's a special enzyme in the lining of the stomach of veal, of calves, that they use to create the curd. And it sits here at a certain temperature and it turns into that. And then, like I said, they take that and they work it in hot water. And how they work it is very important to make the mozzarella. And he told me there's another part of the process which creates a sweeter mozzarella. I wasn't sure exactly what he was saying, but that's specifically what makes it from Agerola and makes it great for pizza. Because they're using the natural sugar that's in the milk and preserving it better and creating a sweeter cheese. That's the temperature. That's the action, and we're creating the curd right there. So it's really a very simple process. The milk is outside in these giant containers. It comes in here. They bring it up to 38, 39 degrees. They mix it with that enzyme. It starts to form the curds. They put it into that big container outside. They let it sit, forms a solid mass. They cut that up, and that's the mozzarella curd that they use to put in hot water with the paddle to make the mozzarella. So this is a big production here, a very big production. It's all done by machine, okay, everything, even the kneading of the mozzarella. What's laying out here is all the curd. They let it sit for about a half an hour over there, and it basically forms these giant curds. Then the curds get thrown into this machine over here, and they get worked with the machine and they turn into mozzarella. Simple as that. And you saw all the tags of all the different places that the mozzarella goes. They're also making fresh ricotta. You can see them here inside these tins. You can see it's all here. All different ricotta.
Questo è uno dei più grandi?
Yeah, let's try the mozzarella.
Allora,
I'm following him because he's got the mozzarella. I want mozzarella. I want this stuff in my mouth. I want it in my mouth. I want it in my mouth now. Comes the knife. The moment of truth. Ooh. Bel saltato. Nice salt.
Lo so che hagono.
Once again, this cheese specifically made for pizza. So it has this ability to melt so well in super high heat conditions. That's the special part about this cheese, besides the fact that it's delicious also with tomatoes, obviously, but it's really all about the pizza.
Frank, mo che ti rimane proprio è come se bere un vino
Un po' piccante questo.
ti rimane il gusto te lo rimane a lungo. Sì. Ed è anche è profondo.
This one's
Allora,
the smoked,
un po' più morbida.
which we had the other day for lunch. One of my favorite smoked mozzarellas. I love how it absorbs the smoke. Again, it's very cake-like, this mozzarella. It's like a mozzarella cake. That's how it feels. It's like a sponge cake almost. And it sucks up so much. It really holds the milk very, very, very well. And again, that's one of the reasons why it does so well on pizza. Because it doesn't give up the milk so easily. It holds it inside on top of the pizza, and it bursts in your mouth when you eat it. And that's what makes it such a special experience to have a margherita pizza here. Is this cheese delivers every time. I wish I could get this in New York, but I can't.
Quindi questa consistenza deriva dal caldo che è differente.
Dal
Cheese the way it is. In other words, what are they doing that's different from everywhere else?
Prego. Ascolta, adesso
He's just explaining.
Okay, good. So let's hear it
ti
again.
spiega com'è, perché qua è più
That's why I asked you.
è
So
sostanziale.
I was,
For example, the
Diversi
difference,
la tipologia di lavoro. 4 ore si calda latte e diventa mozzarella.
come si dice, come l'hai chiamato, di maturazione della cagliata.
So that's the difference, the maturation.
È il pH per vedere come poi si comporteranno le cagliate nell'arco della giornata. Mangiarlo fresco è una cosa, usarlo in cucina è un altro, però l'importante è che non sia acido.
No preservatives, nothing is put inside. It's completely fresh. And it can last up to 14 days for cooking. But you should eat it, if you're going to eat it raw and cold, you should eat it right away. Basically.
Test.
Io prendo le pocchette verdi perché io sono speciale. Scusa. I take the green fork because I'm the superstar. Here we go. Boom. I'm joking, obviously, guys. I'm just being fun here. Oh God! Wow. I mean, that is just pure decadence right there. Ricotta cheese, one of my favorite things in the world. Che cremoso, bellissimo. What changes the milk into ricotta? Just the heat?
Sì, cos'è che dal latte diventa ricotta? Come fa ad avere questa consistenza?
Questo qua non è dal latte,
È già il siero,
Dal siero, che è già denso.
che già è sfruttato, già abbiamo
So the ricotta here is a byproduct of the mozzarella. They have the curds in these gigantic containers over here, and the liquid that comes out of the curd, that keeps coming out of the curd. Also, when they're making the curd over there, when they're cooking it, they're actually making it before it comes like this. That liquid that comes out is also what they use. So they take that liquid, they add milk, they add cream, they bring it up to about 80-something degrees Celsius, and they get the ricotta. So here, they don't make it with any kind of acid. They're not taking milk and adding acid to it, which you can also do. You can make ricotta that way as well. So this is actually, in order to use everything, they have to make ricotta.
e fa un provolone superiore a quello del Monaco. Questo è un provolone superiore a quello del Monaco. Se vuoi comprare
Un profumo di latte,
questo è
veramente.
meglio del Monaco.
Un profumo di meglio latte.
Non ci sono, c'è rimasto il nome, c'è rimasto il nome.
Wow, questo poi. Beautiful provolone.
Devi andare proprio nei piccoli casini.
Nerano.
Io penso questo funziona anche.
È migliore.
le case di formaggio, le case di vino, poi il matrimonio, e c'è tutti. It's beautiful. He just told me that his daughter married into the Marissa Como family, which makes one of the best wines from this area, the Fiori d'Uva, one of my favorite wines from this area. Incredible white wine. And I was just saying how it's crazy how the big houses, they get together, and now they have wine and cheese.
Questo, quello che abbiamo.
I tried cutting it like that. I saw how they cut it at Tommy Daly. I tried it like that. It doesn't work as well. So I cut it in squares. We're talking about one of the most important parts of any margherita pizza is not just what the cheese is, it's also how you cut the cheese. Because the pizza's in the oven for such a small period of time. And if you cut it too small, the cheese will break. If you cut it too big, it won't melt properly, okay? So it needs to be cut the perfect size in order to melt at the perfect rate on top of the pizza, so it doesn't break, so it doesn't color, and so the milk doesn't escape. You want to bite into the pizza and you want the cheese to give up its milk in your mouth, not on the pie while it's cooking. And we just discussed how important that is, and he actually cuts the cheese here for some of the pizzerias for them.
Questa è la camera di affumicatura dove
Beautiful. So this is what they use to smoke the mozzarella.
Che si affumica?
And then over here they make the fire. The smoke comes through the tube, comes in through here, and this is where they put the mozzarella to smoke it right here. So they're smoking as well. They have a hood over here to take out the smoke. Very simple. And then the flavor from this is very particular.
questi si facevo pressare a mano.
Fare più umidità.
Esatto.
So,
E non c'è, guarda, non c'è misuratore di umidità, niente. Facciamo a occhio al naso.
yeah, he tells by his nose. So this is really cool, and I tell you guys to use your five senses all the time. To use your ears, to use your nose, to know when something's ready. When it's in the oven, we do the yams, and we talk about these kinds of things all the time. Use your senses. He uses sound. Come over here and I'll show you. In order to tell when the provolone is ready, he uses a hammer and he hits it and he listens to the cheese. Like, for instance, this one's much younger, has a completely different sound. This is a higher sound. This is a lower sound, a lower tone. And that's what he's doing to tell when his cheese is ready. This is his own production of Provolone del Monaco. Over here you can see the Provolone del Monaco. He has some here that he sells it because some people just want the Provolone del Monaco, so he keeps some down in the cave. But his production he thinks is better, and it's made exactly the same way. And that's the cheese that is most often used for the Nerano method. Okay. He also, you see the gravel down on the floor, okay? When he comes in here, he judges the humidity by his nose, and he puts water on the gravel to create more humidity in here. So he's constantly monitoring this room, using his gut and his senses and figuring out when the cheeses are done. Pretty amazing. This is an incredible production of provolone right here.
Quando chiacchiere, voglio 40 clienti con un filetto, tutti 40. Arata per gli 40 pezzi. 40 pezzi per
We're talking about why he gets the milk from Basilicata. And that there's not enough milk here in Agerola, and his production is too big. His production is bigger than the amount of milk that they make here, so he gets it from Basilicata. I think he feels a little insecure about that or something, because he keeps mentioning it.
Però non è che chi tiene 20 filette a terra e te la 20 filette.
Appunto, che sì, la gente non è cretina.
Mio genero, poi era il compleanno di nostro nipote.
Ma ne è piato uno. Ma si vanno 40 loro, là dico, ma da nata via chi 40 pizze.
Però chi sa, ha prenotato un mese fa.
Allora sì.
Sta pigliato a 40 buchi.
Chi lo discorso? No.
Oh my God, you gotta smell this. It's unbelievable. The jasmine, it's just, ooh, amazing. Pretty sure this is verbena. Lemon verbena. Smells like lemons. Smells like lemons and flowers simultaneously.
Mi ha fatto tornare a rete, mi ha fatto... No, è
amazing.
film, che è la macchina di mio figlio, ci mi sarissimo a quelle cose.
I could smell that all
Ma
freaking
la
day.
marina dolce
I
no.
want to stick it in my mouth and just leave it there. Yeah, the jasmine. Amazing. Smell that. Ooh. Lemon verbena. No, questo è per mia cassa, scusa. Io mi mangio in casa. Mio cliente è speciale, ma non speciale così.
Poi dopo per il ristorante ci provvederà.
Mannaggia, fate tutto, ma io posso avere pure
Grazie mille. È veramente un regalo speciale. Grazie mille. It's a special gift. Grazie. Incredibile, veramente. Grazie mille. Dammi un braccio. Grazie mille.
Grazie a te.
Passione, sempre passione. It's the passion that makes cheese.
Spero che...
Il passione fa il formaggio, Il passione. Grazie mille. I'm gonna rock it in New York.
Yeah.
In Nuovo York.
Fammi una foto.
Mettetevi questo il panorama di Agero.
Sì, con la vista mare. Bravo Spiros. Take care, thank you very much. Grazie mille. Grazie ragazzi. Grazie per il lavoro. So wow, talk about a man full of passion for what he does. I mean, it exudes from him. You know why he's doing what he does. He's protecting this product. He's producing a product that's very famous. He's responsible for the Da Michele pizza, really. I mean, his mozzarella is on top of the Da Michele pizza, one of my favorite pizzas. We talked about why the cheese is so good for pizza. Incredible visit with an incredible man. And now we're gonna go eat some paccheri. We're gonna go have some pasta in Sorrento. So a perfect little finish to this visit is put a little cherry on top and have a great lunch, and then take a nap.